The strength of the wolf is the pack, and the strength of the pack is the wolf.
Diversity is our strength. The farmer keeps the gate open because it's good for us.
It's not safe for us in the wilderness. The farmer's land is where we must, let's say, assimilate.
I can't wait to meet our new neighbors.
Close the gate, you morons.
Speaking of mass deportations, you're gonna love this. Right now, breaking across all the wires, DHS released brand new numbers. 1 million criminal aliens have self-deported since Donald Trump took office just 140 days ago. Gets the people going. Inject it into my veins. Let's read. 1 million criminal aliens have self-deported under Trump, which has led to higher wages. Oh, it's so awesome. Oh, it's so awesome. Danny, you know what this is going to call for? Producer Danny? This is going to call for some of my favorite DHS deportation videos. Get some songs in there, get some ASMR, get me a couple of those. And we'll close off the show with some of those great videos. All right, they should win awards. Let's read this article. While ICE arrests and deportations have grabbed the headlines, President Trump is also running a separate but complementary mass deportation program, one that encourages aliens here unlawfully to go home voluntarily. And if the reports are correct, the plan is more successful than anyone could have ever imagined. Based on government data, the Center for Immigration Studies has estimated that there are 15 million criminal aliens in the United States, 50% increase over the 4 tumultuous years of the Biden administration. That's no surprise, given that Biden and his Department of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, ignored congressional detention mandates and ushered millions of illegals here, obviously illegally. Trump rode a wave of concerns about the cost of these immigrants are imposing on schools, hospitals, housing, and essential government services in cities across the United States. Just a reminder, this is what was going on in Minnesota. Not to connect too many dots here, but this is exactly what's going on in Minnesota. You know, they voted to take away access. They voted to take away free goodies for criminal aliens. That's where a lot of the anger comes from. I'm not saying it's directly responsible, but I am saying that it's a little strange that the woman who is in charge of the state house, who's a Democrat, who voted in order to strip criminal aliens of access to free health care, that she was the first on the target list. There's no such thing as coincidences, man. They've implemented a 2-track plan to tackle this onerous task. I mean, you have to get rid of the magnets that bring criminal aliens here. You cannot have a welfare state and open borders. You shouldn't have a welfare state in the first place, but you can't. A welfare state and open borders is collapse in a single generation or faster of your nation. This was Joe Biden. You can't have it. If you got rid of the goodies, they'd all go home. This is why criminal aliens flock to blue states. This is why you have to target blue states for these deportations. Places like Illinois, Massachusetts, New York, and California, for instance. Don't deport ALX. ALX lives in Massachusetts. Don't deport him, please. Okay? I'll vouch for him. All right? Yeah. Call me first, Tom. Call me first. One of those tracks relies on arrests and deportation of aliens unlawfully here, which at the outset has focused mainly on criminals, the worst strategy. The other track is more subtle but also cheaper for the taxpayers, arguably, and more effective, encouraging illegals to just go home. It began with Donald Trump, with an Inauguration Day directive requiring DHS to ensure that aliens present in the United States, legal and otherwise, have registered with the federal government and to prosecute those who don't comply. By late February, NOAA had implemented the registration. And by the way, if you're prosecuted for this and you're staying here illegally, it'll cost you $1,000 a day. It's $365,000 a year. So you're not going to make that, no matter where you work. So it's $1,000 a day fine to be here. So you're cooked. You're done. Go home. DHS next launched a multi-million-dollar ad campaign warning migrants to not enter illegally, alternatively to leave voluntarily. Now they have an opportunity to return and enjoy the freedom and live the American dream. NOAA also rebranded the notorious CBP One app the Biden administration used to funnel thousands of migrants into this country. A CBP Home app aliens can use to notify the U.S. government of their intent to depart. The rebranding coincided with an offer of financial incentives for aliens who leave voluntarily, a stipend of $1,000 That's in lieu of a costly physical deportation, which can cost taxpayers $17,000 per person on average. How effective has these deportations been? Okay, let's get the meat and potatoes here. One way to track the program is by checking the employment numbers. Financial Whiz cited the Wall Street Journal calculated the decline of the immigrant population of 700,000 in the first 4 months of Trump term 2. The Washington Post claims 1 million foreign-born workers have exited the U.S. workforce. Cheers. Cheers. The Post frames this as a sign of weakening labor supply. Yet the paper also notes the average hourly wage increased, raising 0.04% over the last month. Earnings continue to beat inflation and boost the workers' spending powers. In other words, the fewer illegal immigrants, criminals, businesses had to raise wages to attract workers. Good. But aliens will only leave if they believe Trump and Homan are serious about arrests. And employers know that the feds are targeting shady businesses. The voluntary exodus shouldn't be surprising. President Dwight Eisenhower launched a deportation roundup in 1954. Nearly 10 aliens left voluntarily for each one arrested. Post 9/11 registration program also drove self-deportations. DHS can't arrest and deport 15 million criminal aliens. Well, okay, Stephen Miller's there in a dark corner of the White House stroking his chin saying, please give me a chance to prove you wrong. But anyway, the point is, if it simply enforces the law, many aliens will get the message and leave on their own. Hundreds of thousands, apparently, have already left. Okay. Wow. It's freaking awesome. Okay, give me some of the greatest bangers from the from these deportations. I need the greatest bangers. All right, let's start with the roundup.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
That's great. Okay, here's the border. This is an ice party. Cartel party next door. Let's go.
Yo, VIP.
All right, cartel party next door. Let us know, and we'll bring ice. That's great. Okay. Good.
All right.
This is them deporting a bunch of people from an ice party. This was in Colorado, if I'm remembering it correctly. This was my favorite, probably. Let's go.
I don't see how you can hate from outside of the club. You can't even get in.
Let's go! Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away. Better know that I don't and I won't ever stop. Cause you know I gotta win every day.
Yes. Yeah. Look how beautiful the border looks when it's completely empty, right? And this one's a very interesting one. This is the ASMR one, where you can just like listen to the sounds of criminal aliens being deported. Let's go. Just the sweet melodic sound of criminal aliens being chained. It's the chains that get me. This is what gets you. Imagine like being the camera. Imagine being the camera. It's like you're like get following up the stairs. The other day, Homeland Security posted a Spy Kids meme when it was when somebody who I didn't know that two of my top producers here, Danny and ALX, knew this account. But there's a very snarky fashion account that apparently Danny Dearbina is obsessed with, and which I mean obviously squares. And this guy announced that he's a criminal alien. He's often making fun of J.D. Vance. He even makes fun of us. I didn't know this. But this account, that again is just a snarky fashion account, admitted that they're here illegally. And the Department of Homeland Security posted a Spy Kids meme. J.D. Vance, I believe. Can you click on the tweet here, please? There you go. And then I think one of the first responses should perhaps be J.D. Vance. There it is. Yeah, J.D. Vance posted the Departed meme of Jack Nicholson going, okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, incredible things are happening.